once the invitation was sent out to Mount Mission, the question is, what did you do after you sent out the invitation? Not before, but afterwards. Let's go back to St. Luke chapter 19 for a minute. I know this is an old story that most of us can tell by heart. But there's something I want y'all to understand about Zacchaeus. Zacchaeus was just a short man, trying to look over the crowd, because the crowd kept multiplying. And the crowd invited other people to come in. But here's the thing, Zacchaeus wanted to see Jesus. There's a sinner out there that wants to see Jesus. But I asked my mission this twice. I said, can I see Jesus in you? See, Jesus already came. He already left. But is he in you? So here it is. To go see Jesus, he ran up a sycamore tree. And when Jesus looked over the crowd, looked over everybody that was in front of him, he walked by and saw Zacchaeus, and he looked up and said, Zacchaeus, come down. Make haste. Don't hesitate. Don't wait for somebody to come and get you out of the tree. You come down out of that tree. And when he came down, he said, Lord, Zacchaeus, make haste and come down. For today I must abide at your house. How many went down to a neighbor's house that don't know who Jesus is and invited them to come to this service today? Why? Because we might use the excuse that, well, we don't know who he is. And we might even use an excuse that, well, I don't know how he's going to take it. Just keep reading that 19th chapter. Just keep reading that 14th chapter of St. Luke and see how many excuses you come up with. But the thing is that even a sinner is a son of God. And Zacchaeus made haste and came down and received him joyfully, not sadly. You don't know how somebody's going to receive you into their home, but the Spirit does. He's not going to send you no place without a weapon. And when they saw it, talking about you, when they saw it, they all murmured, saying that he was gone to be a guest with a man that is a sinner. Not a child of God, but a sinner. Not a son of Abraham, but a sinner. Judging the person who he is rather than what God knows him to be. Just because he's in my sight, he don't do what I do, don't mean that he's a child of God. But he still needs the invitation though. And Zacchaeus stood, and said unto the Lord, behold, Lord, the half of my goods I give to the poor. And if I have taken anything from any man by false accusation, I restore him fourfold. Forgiveness. Forgiveness. First part of being is to change from a sinner to a Christian. You first got to have forgiveness in your heart. But you know what? You can't start with forgiveness without an invitation. Because Jesus invited himself into his home. But Jesus said, behold, I stand at the door and knock. If any man shall hear my voice and invite me in, I will sup with him and he with me. But don't you know it all starts with an invitation? How many in here invited somebody outside the church into a Friends and Family Day work program? How many just said, well, I'm going to do something I've never done before? See, it's easy to say, you're my friend and you're my family. But you can't overlook everybody. Somebody else in this world needs a friend. A friend that'll never leave them nor forsake them. A friend that'll be there in the midnight hour. That sits on the right hand of the Father interceding for me. But wait a minute. I remember the songwriter used to say, it's not about me. And it's not about you. But it's about Jesus. But yet when we have a program like this, we want to say, go get my friend. And go get my aunt. Go get my uncle. Go get my sister. Go get my brother. Go get my son. Go get my daughter. But what about somebody sitting right next to you? I want to know, do you know if anybody in this church know who Jesus is? So here we are in the evening. The dinner's already been made. Table already been set before us. Jesus already sent out the invitation. But I want to know that since Jesus living inside of you, did you send out to anybody else outside of the people that you know? See, it's easy to send it to those that are that you know going to come. But I want to know about those that didn't come. See, those excuses that you read later on concerns them. But I want to tell you, I can also turn those excuses back on those that send out an invitation. Because we have our own excuses. Why we don't invite other people to church. We have our own excuses. Why the church is just not filled up today. But you see, it's not just for friends and family. It also could go to prayer meeting and Bible study. It could also go to Sunday